This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we are done with 4 introduction classes, and today is the last introduction class, and it's the 5th introduction class. By today, we will be done with introduction classes. Fine, this is class number 5. What we are going to discuss in class 5 is, so far we understand about in Power BI Desktop. So far we understand about Power Query. If you take this Power BI architecture, so far we understand what we will do in Power Query, how to do ETL we discussed. In Power Pivot, how to create a data set we discussed. In today's class, we'll discuss about Power View and Power BI service. This Power View and this Power BI service we'll be discussing today's class. So first, today we'll discuss overview of Power View. So already I written few points about Power View. What are the few points we written about the Power View is? Power View is used to create what? Visuals by taking data set as what? Source. Graphical representation of data, we call it as visuals. Where we will create the visuals is report view is the place where we will create the visuals. Let me open Power BI Desktop. Once you open Power BI Desktop, you'll get a welcome screen. Just close the welcome screen. You'll be landing in the report view. You'll be landing in where? Report view. From here, how to open in the report view, I am telling that we will create the visuals. When you are in the report view, you will get white space. We call it as report canvas. This is the place where you need to build the visuals. If you want to build the visuals here in the Power Pivot, you need to have some tables. Tables you need to have. If you have tables, then only we can build the visuals. Now currently tables are not there. So first let's add some tables. Once we add the tables, then we can discuss about what? Power View. How to add the tables is, you can even add the tables using which option? Get data also. Yesterday I said that we can even add the tables using get data also. Click on get data, Excel. I load orders table today. So I want some table to create the visuals. I'm just selecting the orders table. I can preview the data. In the orders table, data is in the proper format. I can directly click on load. When table you selected, data is in the proper format, you can click on load. When I click on load, the table will go to directly Power Pivot. Okay, click on load. Now I got the orders table into the Power Pivot now. If you go to model view, you'll find one table, orders table. I can use this orders table to create visuals, For now, I just bought one table. So for me, this is sufficient. What is this table is? When you go and place any order, this is the data. So you'll go and place the orders. Let's say you go and place the order in Flipkart or Amazon. This is the data they will store. Order ID. Your order will have some ID. On what date you place the order, who is the customer, ship date, who is the customer placing the order, from which city he placed the order, like this, what is the product he purchased, and what is the sales amount he paid, how much quantity he purchased, what is the profit that company received. Some data is there. Today I'll go and create the reports on this data, guys, whatever the data you have in the orders table. So just you need to understand at a high level, using the Power View, how to create what? Visuals. Collection of visuals, we call it as what? Reports. So that you need to understand. Just understand at a high level. So whatever I'm telling here, just understand at a high level. Let's continue, guys. Fine. Now, first, tomorrow when you join in the company not only provide the data sources, guys. Companies will tell you what information they want to see in visuals or reports. What analysis they want, what information they want, they will tell us. So what my client is asking to show first is orders table is there. Totally how many orders we have in the orders table is, totally how many orders we have is 994. How many orders? 999. Four orders are there. So each order have some sales amount, right? My client is asking to show what is the total sales amount we received from all these 994 orders. That is the first information my client is asking to show. Tomorrow when you go and join in the company, companies tell us what information they want to see. So clients will provide data sources, and clients will ask us to show some information in the visual. Clients not only provide the data sources, clients will ask us to show some information in the visuals, guys. Some information in the visuals, some information in the visuals. Clients will ask us. So let's say what is the first information my client is asking to show in the visual is, they will ask like this: create a visual to show sum of sales. To show what? Sum of sales. So you have a lot of orders here. From all these orders, what is the sales amount you are getting? You need to sum all the sales amount, you need to tell it. So to show that, to create the visual, where you need to go? Report view. When you are in the report view, you are seeing this white space again and again. I'm telling, what is this? Report canvas. What you will do there? Build the visuals. Now, first thing you need to do is, when you are in the report view, you will have a section called visualizations. When you go to the section, there is lot of visuals here: bar chart, column chart, line chart, pie chart, like this map visual. Lot of visuals are there. So you need to go and pick the right visual. We need to go and pick what? Right visual. Based on the information you want to show, we need to choose the right visual. So in the coming classes, I will discuss when to use which visual. See, it is not that you can go and present the data in whatever the visual you want. Based on the information your client is asking, we need to take the right visuals. It's not that you can go and take any visual you want. So every visual has some purpose. Let's say my client is asking to show year-wise sales. To show year-wise sales, the best visual is line chart. What is the visual? Line chart. You need to show that information in the line chart. So I know this is the best visual. So when I start actual Power View classes, I will discuss what is the purpose of each visual, when to use the visuals. I'll discuss. For now, blindly follow me. Right. So when my client is asking to show state-wise sales, my client is asking to show state-wise sales. To show the state-wise sales, what is the best visual is? Map visual. What is this visual? Map visual. Like this, based on the data we need to show, we need to pick the right visual. So when we will discuss them means, when I start actual Power View classes, we will clearly discuss when to use which visual. For now, blindly follow what visuals I am using. So first I want to show sales. What is the best visual to show sales is a card visual, guys. What is the visual? Card. When I click on card, it added to the report canvas. So in the report canvas, you can move that visual wherever you want. You can move towards right, you can move towards bottom, you can move towards left. However you want, you can move it, right? We can move it, right? Card visual. So how to add the card visual, guys? I'm removing it again. How to add the card visual to the report canvas? You need to go to where? Visualizations. You need to just go and click on it. When I click on it, it will add. Okay. Now, so already you added card visual. Let's say to the same report canvas, I want to add a pie chart now. How to add a pie chart? If you already select the card, if you go and click on pie, what happens? Card visual converted to Y. What? Pie chart. It got converted. But my requirement is, when I select the pie, when I go and click on card, pie chart is converted to card. I want to leave this card visual as it is. I want to add a new visual pie chart here. Second visual I need to add. How to add the second visual is, come out come out from this visual. Now you selected this visual. So click on somewhere else. Unselect this visual. When you select the visual, it will convert. Unselect the visual by clicking on somewhere. Once you unselect it, go and click on pie. It got added second visual or not? Right. This is how you can add the visuals to the report canvas. Once after adding the visuals, you need to complete the development of this visual. You need to complete the development of this visual. So this visual will contain three sections, guys. When you add the visual, it contains three sections: fields, format, analytics. How many sections you will have? Three: fields, format, analytics. With the help of these three sections, we'll complete the development of the visual. Let me write that point. When we add visual to report canvas will get below three sections. What are the below three sections you'll get is, first section name is what? Field section. Second section name is what? Format. Third one is analytics. Analytics section. Right. Look at this. So now currently I'm in the field section. Where we are currently? Field section. When you are in the field section, you'll have field wells. So now I am in the field section. Below the field section, we'll have visualizations. Below the visualization, you'll have field wells. Below the field wells, you'll have drill through. So whatever the area you have between visualizations and drill through, we call it as field wells. We call it as what? Field wells. Currently, I'm in the card visual. How many field wells you have for the card visual is only one field well. Only one field well. Let me take a pie chart now. I'm adding a pie chart. When you add the pie chart, tell me guys how many field wells we have. I said that when you select the pie chart, first section is for any visual, first section is field section. Below the field section, we'll have visuals. Below the visuals, we'll have field wells. Below the field wells, we'll have drill through. Now tell me how many field wells you have. Legend, values, details, tooltips. How many field wells? 4. How many field wells? Each one is one field well. Each one is one field well. 4 field wells are there. So when I go to card visual, how many field wells are there in the card visual? Only one. Let me go and add another visual, KPI visual. When I go and add the KPI visual, how many field wells are there? I'm in the field section. This area we call it as field wells. How many field wells? 3. How many field wells you have? 3. So below the field section, we will have field wells. This one we call it as field section. First one. Below the field section, we'll have field wells. Terminology is important. Below the field section, we will have field wells. What we noticed is that field wells are changing visual to visual. Yes or no? When you go to card visual, the field well you are seeing is only one. When I go to pie chart, I am seeing 4 field wells. When I go to KPI visual, I am seeing 3 field wells. Visual to visual, that field wells will change. We'll talk about all them extensively in the coming classes. Visual to visual, visual to visual, field wells will vary or field wells will change. Field wells will vary. Now, important thing you need to know is what you are planning to show in the first card visual. Sales, right? See, you added, why you added a card visual? Your client is asking to show what? Create a visual to show what? Sum of sales. To show the sales, you added the card visual. Now, in this card visual, you need to drag the sales column. When I go to orders table, there is a column called what here? Sales. Where you need to drag the sales column is into the field well, guys. Into where? Field well. Important thing you need to know is why I'm talking all this is when you add the visual, you'll get a first section called field section. Below the field section, you'll have a field well. Field well are the place where we need to drag which column data I need to see. Currently in this visual, I need to see which column data? Sales. When I go and drag the sales here, by default, Power BI will do sum. What is Power BI doing here? Sum. It is giving sum of sales. How much sales you are getting now? 2.3 million. From how many orders? 994 orders. From all the 994 orders, this is the sales amount, guys. Okay. So visual to visual field wells will vary. Field wells are the place where we'll drag columns. We will drag columns. Which column data you need to see? You will drag it to the field wells. Now the visual is having plain look. That means the number size is big, the text size is small. My visual doesn't have any border. Where it is starting, where it is ending, it doesn't have any border. I need to make some changes to this visual. Where you can make the changes to the visual? Second section called what? Format. Now you are done with field section. Second section is what? Format section. When I select the visual, when I go to format, lot of formatting options will be there. So first formatting options is the formatting options is divided into two parts: visual formatting options, general formatting options. This formatting options will help you to make the changes to the visual. Let's say I want to decrease the size of this number. Where can you reduce the size of the number is go to format, go to visual, call out value. When I go to call out value, currently the size of the number is 45. Let's make it 30. It got reduced or not? Yes. Next one is I need to increase the text size. How can you increase the text size? How can you increase it is go to the format, go to the visual, go to category label. Text is nothing but a category label here. Go to the category label. Currently size is 12. Let's make it 14. Let's bold it. Let's give a dark color. Now it is looking better when compared to previous. Now I need to add one border also to this visual. I need to go and add one border. Currently there is no border for this visual. To add the border, select the visual, go to format, go to general. You need to go to a section called what here? Effects. When you go to effects, there is something called visual border. What you are seeing here? Visual border, on the visual border, and choose the border color. Now are you getting the border to the visual? Now I format the visual however I want. Okay. So you are able to show the first information what your client is asking. Fine. Once after showing this, my client is asking to show, create a visual to show sum of profit, guys. This time, from all the 999 orders, what is the profit amount we received? Client is asking to show. So now tell me, what is the first step? You want to show profit here. In order to show profit, first you need to go and pick what? Right visual. We need to go and pick the right visual. So we for now blindly follow which visuals I'm using. In the future I'll discuss when to use which visual. So to show profit also, the right visual is a card visual, guys. Which one? Card. When you add the visual, how many sections you will have? Field section, format section, analytics section. Below the field section you will have what? Field well. Field well is the place where you need to drag what? Column. Which column data you want to see now? Profit. When I drag any number column in Power BI by default will do what? Sum. Now if you see this visual again having a plain look, I need to format this card visual exactly like this sales visual. How to format this visual exactly like this is, select the visual. There is something called what here? Format painter. One way to format it is select the visual, go to format, utilize the options. Instead of going to format, instead of reducing the size from callout value, instead of increasing the size from category label, and going and adding border from the effects, what you can easily do is, already you formatted one visual, right? Go to that visual, copy the format painter. Once you copy the format painter, paste it here. With one click you will get everything. So number size got reduced, text size got increased, border got added, everything you got it. Now keep this visual somewhere beside the sales and have proper size. Now you are able to show complete sales and complete profit or not? Yes. Now my client is asking to show what is your total sales value? 2.3 million. How many categories we are selling in the company is, in our company we are selling three categories. What are the three categories we are selling is? Furniture, office supplies, technology. All three categories together, how much sales amount you are getting? 2.3 million. My client is asking to show each category wise sales. This 2.3 million, furniture is how much? Technology how much? They're asking to show. So next visual client is asking to show is, create a visual to show category wise sales. To show what? Category wise what value? Sales value. So I want to show each category how much sales amount we are getting. To show category wise sales, so what is the first step, guys? I want to go to report view. Into the report canvas, we need to add the right visual to show category wise sales. The right visual is a pie chart. You guys will understand why pie chart is the right visual. Why not other visuals? In the coming class, you will understand. For now, I added a pie chart. You can resize the visual how much size you want, and you can move the visual wherever you want. Okay, let's make some size and keep it somewhere here. What I need to show here is category wise sales. When you add the visual, first section is field section. Below the field section, you'll get field wells. When you add the pie chart, how many field wells you have for pie chart? 4 field wells. How many field wells you are seeing here? 4. Legend, values, details, tooltips. In this pie chart, you are planning to show how many columns now? Category wise sales. One column is category, second column is what? Sales. Two columns only. I'm planning to show what? Two columns. But how many field wells are there? 4. See, previously when I take one card visual, how many field wells are there? Only one field well. How many columns you want to show is only one column. No confusion for me. One field well, one column, I drag it. But unfortunately now I'm planning to show category wise sales. Category is one column, sales is second column. How many columns I want to show now? Two columns. So for that I take in pie chart. But when I go to pie chart, how many field wells are there? Legend, values, details, tooltips. 4 field wells are there. Out of these 4 field wells, I need to have an idea where to drag. Out of these 4 field wells, I need to have an idea now where to drag category column and where to drag sales column. So category column, you need to drag it to one of the field well. Sales column, you need to drag it to one of the field well, guys. Here one of the field well, you need to drag it. You need to have an idea. So you will get that here tables will contain columns, Important point. Tables will contains what? Columns. That columns are categorized into two types. Categorized into two types. What are the two types means? Few columns we call it as dimension columns. Dimension columns. Few columns we call it as fact columns. So tables will have two types of columns. One is, let's say, write first fact columns. Second one is what? Dimension columns, guys. So here, if you take table, it contains lot of columns. When I go to data view, category column, sales column, product name column, subcategory column, these columns are there. This column, either we can call it as a dimension column or either we can call it as a fact column. You need to have an idea. Why we need to have idea is which columns are fact columns, which columns are dimension columns. You need to have an idea. So Microsoft is recommending into the few field wells, drag the dimension column. Into few field wells, drag the fact columns. In the pie chart, first dimension column, I need to drag it to the legend. First fact column, I need to drag it to the values. So first of all, if you need to know, so Microsoft is recommending in the pie chart, first dimension column, they're asking to drag it to the legend. All this you will understand in the Power View classes, guys. First fact column, they're asking to drag it to the values. Now you need to know which column is dimension column and which column is fact column. First, let me explain which columns are fact columns and which columns are dimension columns. If you know which columns are fact columns and which columns are dimension columns, then only it is possible to drag that columns, guys. Then only it is possible to drag that columns into the right place. Now, someone tell me which columns are dimension columns and fact columns. Sales column is dimension column or fact column? If you know, tell me. I'll discuss anyway. Sales column is dimension column or fact column?
Fact column.
If you know,
Fact column.
it's a fact column. Why it's a fact column? Why not a dimension column? Fine. Yes, correct. It's a
Uh,
fact column. Yes, yes.
because
We'll
it's the values it will be on the fact basis. The whatever the sales it will be individually different. But the discount will be the dimension column as it will be particular on that basis dimension that some particular sales that will get the 20%, some will be
no,
10%
no, no.
like that.
Fine, fine. You'll understand. Even discount is also a fact column. I'll tell you. So ROID is what column? We'll discuss. ROID is what column? Just I need to get some understanding. ROID is what column? Dimension column or fact column? ROID is dimension column or fact column? It's not a fact column. It's a dimension column. It's not a fact column. It's a dimension column. Why it's a dimension column? Why not a fact column? Even discount is a fact column, guys. Why it's a fact column? Let me tell you first. First, I'll explain about when we can call one column as a fact column, guys. First, we'll talk about which type of columns? Fact columns. If you want to call one column as a fact column, it need to satisfy two conditions. If you want to call any column as a fact column, it need to satisfy how many conditions? It need to satisfy two conditions. What are the two conditions it need to satisfy is important. Try to understand. First condition it need to satisfy is it need to have number data type. Which data type it need to have? Number data type. If you go and check this column, if you take sales column, what is the data type you have? Decimal number. First condition is satisfying. So when first condition is satisfying, you are not supposed to blindly conclude it as a fact column. If it need to become a fact column, how many conditions it need to satisfy? Two conditions, right? What is the second condition is when the value changes in the column, it need to create an impact on the business. When the value changes in the column, it need to create an impact on the business. Column, it need to create an impact on the business. What is the meaning? Understand now? Second point meaning is what I'll explain now. So I'm checking quantity column is a fact column or not. If quantity column need to become a fact column, it need to satisfy two conditions. First condition is what? Number data type. So when I go to data type, what is the data type? Number. Is it satisfying? Yes. Second condition we are telling is when the value changes in this column, it need to create an impact on the business. Let's say instead of selling two quantity, if I go and sell 20 quantity, if this number increases from 20 to 2 to 20, will this profit value increases or not? Increases. When the profit value increases, does it create an impact on the business or not? Yes. When this number increases, you'll get more profits. It creates an impact on the business. Let's say you are selling 13 quantity, you are getting this profit. If this 13 reduced to 2 or 3, will this profit reduce or not? Yes. It create impact on the business or not? Yes. So when the value changes in the quantity column, when this number either increases or decreases, it is creating an impact on my business. So my quantity column is satisfying both the conditions or not? Yes. Then it is what column? Fact column. Example for fact column is, one is quantity column. Quantity column. So take sales column. Sales column, if it need to become a fact column, it need to satisfy two conditions. First condition is what? Number data type. Satisfying or not? The second condition is, when the sales number increases or decreases, does it create impact on the business? Obviously. When it is a bigger number, you'll get more revenue. When it is a small number, you'll get less revenue. Based on the revenue, there will be impact on the business. Right? It is satisfying second condition also. Now tell me, sales column is a fact column or not? Yes, it's a fact column. And I'll check profit column next. Tell me profit column. Profit value. What data type? Number data type. Satisfying first condition or not? Second condition. When this value increases or decreases, does it create impact on the business? Yes. More profits, business is running good. Less profits, business is running bad. It is creating an impact. Right? Profit column also comes under what type of column? Fact column. Profit column is also a fact column. Even discount is also a fact column. Yes or no? What is the data type of discount column? What is the data type you have? Decimal number. First condition, it is satisfying. When you provide more discount, your company will get less profits. When you provide less discount, your company will get what? More profits. So based on discount also, your business will depend. So even discount will comes under what type of column, guys? Fact column only. Now, why row ID column is not a fact column here? Row ID is a unique identification number for each row. What they're doing in the orders table is, for each row they're giving one unique identification number. For first row 1, for second row 2, for third row 3, fourth row 4. Like this, they're keeping on giving the numbers. Now I am checking this row ID column is a fact column or not. So row ID column, what is the data type you have? Whole number. Is it satisfying first condition? When it satisfies first condition, can you go and conclude it's a fact column? No. If it need to become a fact column, it need to even satisfy second condition also. Second condition is, when the value changes or increases or decreases, it need to create an impact. That means, instead of giving one row id, I can start with a bigger number. I can start with a bigger number called 1 lakh 1. Let's say I started my row id, instead of small number 1 lakh 1. When I give a 1 lakh 1 row id here, this number is increasing from small number to big number. Does it create any impact on the business? No, it's just a id. It will not create an impact on the business. See, understand? So whether I give id as 1 or 1 lakh 1, it doesn't matter for me. It's just a id. See, if the quantity is 1, or if the quantity is 1 lakh 1, it matters. One quantity or 1 lakh 1 if your company is selling 1 lakh 1 quantity, that means lot of sales is there. So this is just a row id. If I give one, see, some people might start with a bigger row id. So even though I start a bigger row id, it is not meaning that I'll get some profits here. It's just a identification number. So second condition is not satisfying here. Tell me, postal code, say, when it's not a fact column, it's obviously a what column? Only two types of columns are there. Either it's a fact or a dimension. Now you guys tell me, with this understanding, there is postal code. Postal code is what type of column? Dimension column or fact column? First check it is a fact column or not.
Fact.
First check it's a fact column or not. If it's not a fact
Uh,
column,
it is the
obviously it's a dimension column. Is it a fact column?
No,
It's
it's a
It's
not a
a
fact
dimension.
column.
dimension column.
it will be
It's a
dimension. It
dimension
will be
column.
dimension.
See, why it's a dimension column is, what is the data type means? Whole number. First condition satisfying. When this number increases or decreases, does it create an impact on the business? No, it's a id. Postal code is also like a id. So whether it's a small number or bigger number, it doesn't matter for us. It's just a id, right? Postal code also comes under dimension column. People will have some misconception that all number columns are fact columns. Do you think all number columns are fact columns? No. Only number columns which creates an impact on the business is a fact column. What is the definition for fact column is, a number data type column, a number data type column which creates an impact on the business, which creates an impact on the business, impact on business, we call as what column? Fact column, guys. Fine. So if the now tell me, there is a second column, order ID column. Order ID column is a fact column or dimension column? What is the data type you have? Text. Blindly you can
Dimension.
conclude it as what column? If it need to become a fact column, first of all it need to have what data type? Number. When you have text, you can blindly conclude it as a dimension column. Order date. What data type you have? Date.
Dimensional.
Date data type. What type of column? Dimension. It will not become a fact. Can I call all text data type columns and date data type columns as dimension columns? Yes, we can call all text columns and date columns or dimension columns. All text and all text and date data type columns or dimension columns only. By this time, you need to have a clear idea which columns are dimension columns and which columns are fact columns. So tell me, category column is what column? Category column is a dimension column or fact column? Category column,
Dimension.
dimension
Dimension.
column. It's a text data type. Let me bring one more table here
Dim-
and I'll ask you which columns are dimension columns and fact columns. I'm just bringing EMP, DEPT managers tables also. I'm bringing couple more tables. I'll just go to data view again. I'm selecting employee table. Tell me employee number column is dimension column or fact column? Dimension. Even though it's a
Dimension.
number
Dimension.
data type,
Dimension.
it's what? Dimension. Employee name?
Dimension.
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 Job?
Dimension.
Dimension. Manager number? Dimension.
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 Height date? Dimension. Salary?
Dimension.
Fact.
Fact.
Salary fact. Salary fact. So it's
Fact.
a number data type. When this number increases or decreases, there will be impact on the company.
Effect.
When they give more salary, they want to give it from their revenue. There will be an impact. Commission?
Fact.
Fact.
Commission.
Dimension.
Fact.
Sorry,
Again,
sorry.
it creates an
It's fact.
impact. It's also a fact. Department number? Dimension.
Dimension.
It's just
Dimension.
a ID. It's just a ID. So by this time, you need to have a clear idea which columns are fact columns and which columns are dimension columns. Blindly keep these 2 points in the mind and check first it is a fact column or not. If it is not a fact column, obviously it is what? Dimension column. Now, so anyway, I'll talk about these dimension columns and fact columns in the coming classes also. They are important. So we'll discuss them. Some more points I'll discuss. Now, I said that when you are taking a pie chart, in the pie chart, first dimension column, Microsoft is asking to drag to the legend. First fact column, they're asking to drag it to the values. Now, in the pie chart, you are planning to show category wise sales. What you are planning to show? Category and sales. Category column is a dimension column or fact column? Dimension column. Where you can drag the dimension column, I'm
Dimension.
telling is legend. Sales column is a fact column or dimension column? Fact column, you need to drag it
Fact.
to the values. So all this in a detailed way I'll discuss in the coming class also. Drag the category to the legend, drag the sales to the values. Look at this visual now. Now you got the visual category wise sales. You are showing category wise sales. The sales value belongs to which category? The sales value belongs to which category? Technology. The sales value belongs to what? Furniture. The sales value belongs to what? Office supplies. We call this as legend, guys. We call this as what? Legend. Using the legend, you are able to tell the sales value belongs to what. Now, I'll go and stop the legend now. So, as the legend is occupying some space, see, I want to make some changes to the visual, guys. Whenever we need to make any change to the visual, where you need to go? Format. There is a second section called what? Format. So, when you go to format, lot of options are there. These options will help us to make the change to the visual. Now, my requirement is, as my legend is occupying space, I'm planning to stop this. I'm selecting the visual, go to the format, go to the visual, legend, stop this. Now legend got stopped. Now tell me, this sales value belongs to which category? Am I able to tell now? No, it's not possible. So why? Because you stopped the legend. Previously legend help us to tell the sales value belongs to what. Now to understand the sales value, I can change this label style. We call it as label, guys. This one we call it as what? Label. This label style I can change it. In the label itself, I can go and show the category. It is office supplies. It is furniture. I can show it. How can we change the label style is Whenever we need to make any change to the visual, you need to go to format, you need to choose the right option there. In the format, in the visual, there is detail label. When I go to detail label, so first let me increase the size. I'll just go and increase the size to some number. I'll give a dark color here. Now I'm showing only sales value. In the detail label, there is label content. When I go there, I can show only category value. I can even show only the sales value. I can show combination of both. Now you are seeing what? Technology. How much is the sales? Furniture. How much is the sales? So I want to currently we're showing the sales values in thousands. Sales numbers you are showing in which decimal place? Thousands. You are showing in what? Thousands. Display units. Display units you are showing in thousands. I want to show it in millions. How can you convert it to millions? Is in the same area, in the same detail label area, in the values, you have something called what here? Millions. When I go and click on millions, it got converted to million now. Now go and check it, guys. Out of these three categories, which category is giving more sales? Technology. Second highest sales? Furniture. Least sales? Office supplies. When you sum these three numbers, how much you will get? 2.3 million. We are able to show total sales 2.3 million. We are able to show what? Category wise sales. I want to even format this title, guys. How can you format this title? Is again, to format the title, select the visual, go to format. You need to go to which formatting now? General formatting. There is title, and I want to increase the text size for my title. I want to bold the title. I want to give a dark color to the title. I want to align the title to the center, right? It got formatted. When compared to previous, it is looking better now. Now another requirement is I need to add one border to the pie chart. Do you have border now? No. How to add a border? Select the visual, go to format, go to general, effects. There is something called what here? Visual border. Choose the light color for the border. Now you are getting the border or not? Yes. Fine. Like this, client will tell us what information they want to see, and we need to choose the right visual to show that. So next visual my client is asking to show is create a visual to show category wise profits. Category wise what? Profits. So now what is your total profits? 286. You need to split it based on three categories. So to show category wise profits, first I need to go and choose one right visual, guys. What is the visual I am taking now is donut chart. So for now, you people just blindly follow what visuals I am using. In the coming classes, clearly I'll tell you why donut chart, why not other visuals. We'll discuss. So again, when you add the visual, first section is field section. Below the field section, will have field wells. Now you want to show category wise profit. Tell me category is what column? Dimension. Profit is what column? Fact. You need to know where to drag dimension column, where to drag fact columns. So as these are first classes, if you don't know where to drag dimension column and where to drag fact column, second alternative way is there. Second alternative way is, see, unfortunately I don't know where to drag dimension column. Generally dimension column you need to drag it to legend. Generally fact column you need to drag it to values. As this is my first class, I don't have any idea. Just take an example. You, what is the second alternative way you have is go and drag the category on top of visual. When I drag the category on top of visual, category is added to where? Legend. It added correctly. What is the second one I need to add? Profit. When I go and drag the profit here, profit added to where? Values. It got added correctly means yes. So when you drag and drop on visual, 90% of time it will go and add into the right field wells. Anyway, you don't know where to drag. So till we start Power View classes, what you guys need to do is, so I'm removing the donut chart. In the donut chart, I'm planning to show category wise profits, but unfortunately, I don't know where to drag category and where to drag profit. So, but luckily, when you drag category, Power BI have intelligence to take them to the right field well. When you drag profit on top of visual, it have intelligence to take them to the right field well. 100% of time it will not take to the right field well. Sometimes it will place in the wrong place and visual will not show proper data. That we will see. For now, as we don't know, you utilize drag and drop. Drag and drop. I want to format this donut chart exactly like this pie chart, guys. I want to stop the legend. I want to change the label style. I want to change the title. I want to align the title to the center. I want to add the border. What is the best way to do that is one way, go to format. utilize all the formatting options. Second way, already you formatted the visual, right? Select the visual, format painter, paste it. With one click, you got everything or not? Every formatting you got. Resize it, keep it somewhere here. Resize the visual, keep it somewhere beside the pie chart. I'm just keeping it here. Okay, fine, guys. So now total profit is how much? 286. Most of the profits you are getting from where? Technology, 145. Second one is office supplies. Least profit is furniture. When you sum these three numbers, how much you'll get? 286. Like this, client will ask us to show some information. We need to go and create the visuals, guys. Next information my client is asking to show is subcategory wise sales. My company is selling 17 subcategories. How many subcategories they are selling? 17 subcategories. They are asking each subcategory what is the sales. To show subcategory wise sales, first you need to find out the right visual. I'm taking a bar chart, and you can keep the bar chart somewhere wherever you want. Once after keeping the bar chart, you can resize the visual. In the bar chart, I want to show subcategory wise sales. How to show subcategory wise sales is drag the subcategory column. See, if you I want to know where to drag subcategory and where to drag sales. Generally, subcategory will drag into the y-axis and sales will drag it to the x-axis. I don't know, as this is my first class. What is the second alternative? Drag the subcategory on top of visual, drag the sales on top of visual. Subcategory added to where? Y-axis, sales added to where? Axis. It got added correctly. So all this you'll understand in the coming classes. Now visual is having plain look. I need to format. You don't bother about it. I'll do the formatting quickly. Just notice this, how I am doing. First, I need to show the sales numbers here. How to show the sales numbers is select the visual, go to format. There is a formatting option called data label. It's off on this. And you can go and increase the text size also. In the values, you can increase the text size here. Give a proper number and give the proper color here. Now it is looking better. And I want to even increase the subcategory text. It is light color. How, where can you increase this? That we call it, we want to format in y-axis. In y-axis currently size is 9. Let's make it 12 here also and have the proper color. So like this you can format each area. Now I want to format the title. To format the title, go to general, go to title and increase the title size, bold it, choose some color and align it to the center. I want to add one border. Again, go to general, go to effects, add some visual border. Like this you need to format. Even we need to format in the much better way. Okay, we are fine now. So next visual I need to create is, my client is asking to show state wise sales, guys. There is a column called state column. In how many states we are doing the business is, how many states? 49 states. I want to show state wise sales. To show state wise sales, we need to pick the right visual. What is the right visual? Again is a map visual. I'm taking one map visual. I'll resize the visual. I want to show state wise sales here. You need to have an idea where to drag the state column, where to drag the sales column. If you don't have an idea, what is the other alternative? Drag the state on top of visual, drag the sales on top of visual. When I drag state wise sales, it will show state wise sales, guys. It is loading, might be sometimes. So when you have internet speed less, it might take some time. It will show. So you are showing state wise sales. It is taking some time. Let's take the map visual and I want to show state wise sale, state and sales. So somehow it is taking some time. Okay, it will load. But so instead of taking this, let me take other visual here. To show state wise sales, there is no doubt map visual is the best visual, as map visual is not loading here. So for now, I'll just go with some other visual. I'll take it. Let's say instead of showing subcategory wise sales, my client is asking to show product wise sales. What is the information client is asking to show now? Product wise sales. Or else my client is asking to show subcategory wise profits. You are showing subcategory wise sales, right? I want to show subcategory wise profits. For that, I'm taking another visual. In the another visual, I want to show subcategory wise profits. I'll drag subcategory, I'll drag profits. I'm just creating couple of visuals. I'll copy format painter, paste it. Now with one click you got all the formatting options. Now you're done with completely filling with the visuals in the page one. Now I don't have space in the page one. I need to go and add what? New page. When I click on new page, another report canvas you'll get. You can go and create some more visuals. You can go and perform some more analysis. Okay, fine. So we created couple of visuals. We got some idea in the Power View how to create some visuals. So each one is one visual: card visual, pie chart, donut chart, bar chart, column chart. All these visuals together we call it as one report. Together we call it as what? Report. Tell me in this report which subcategory is doing highest profits. You are showing subcategory wise profits here. Which subcategory is doing highest profits here? Subcategory wise profits. Copiers. Which subcategory is giving least profits? Tables. So this report has some actionable information you need to share with what? Clients. Now in Power View, we're done with creating the reports or visuals. What is your last step? You need to go and share that reports with whom? Clients. In order to share that reports with the clients from Power BI desktop, can I share with the clients? Means no. You need to use either Power BI service or what? Report server. Power BI service or report server. Fine, guys. Let me write here. So last one we need to understand is overview of Power BI service. Overview of which software? Power BI service. Anyway, I'll talk about Power View for 17 hours of time how to create the reports and visuals. Today, you understand only at a high level. So you can make this this report page even much better, guys. I'm selecting a report page. I'll go to the report page formatting. I'll change the canvas background to give, I'll give some dark color in the canvas background. I'm just giving dark color. I can choose some transparency. So you can format this this report page even much better. So we don't want to spend much time here. We just want to understand how to create a couple of visuals. Okay, now we want to understand about what? Power BI service. What is the purpose of Power BI service, guys? Power BI service is a Azure cloud based. Let me give the definition. I'm writing the definition, guys. It's a Azure cloud based server which is used for which is used for sharing the reports with the clients. Which is used for what purpose? Sharing the reports with clients, case. It's used for sharing the reports with the clients. Okay. Now my last step is I in the home tab there is something called what here? Publish, guys. In Power BI desktop, what is the last step you are going to do is you're going to click on what? Publish. When I go on hover publish, what is the message you are getting? Publish this report online in the Power BI service. Why you need to publish it to the Power BI service? For sharing with the
Share.
clients. For sharing with the clients. Okay. I already said that 99% of time we'll publish the reports to Power BI service, we'll share with the clients. Less than 1% of time they will use what? Power BI report server to share the reports with clients. Power BI report server is on premise. Power BI service is what? Cloud. In the coming classes, I'll discuss what is the difference between cloud and on premise. Why a lot of people are using cloud also we will discuss. For now, just understand we need to publish our report from Power BI desktop to Power BI service. From there, we need to share with whom? Clients, right? So for that, what we need to do? So what we need to do is when I go and click on publish, it will ask me to save the report. So in Power BI desktop, whatever you are going to develop, we call it as one report, guys. We call it as what? Report. First, once you develop the report, first you need to save it. Then only you can publish it. Without saving, it is not possible to do what? Publish. First, you save your report. Save your report with the name. I'm saving it in where? Desktop. I can give the report name. Demo report batch 268. 268. I'm just saving it. Once I save it, now go and check your Power BI desktop. You have your report which you saved now. Yes or no? Now you are good to publish now. Now when I click on publish, just carefully observe what is the message you are getting. It's asking to enter your email ID for what purpose? Sign in purpose. So important thing is whenever we need to move anything from Power BI desktop to the Power BI service, must and should you need to sign in, guys. Must and should you need to do what? Sign in. So I'm planning to access Power BI service from Power BI desktop. to access. That means you are planning to move one of the report which you developed in the Power BI desktop to where? Power BI service. So you need to sign in. So when you join in the company as a Power BI developer, company will provide. When we join in the company as a Power BI developer, company as a Power BI developer, company will provide username and password. Developer, company will provide username and password to access Power BI service. To access which software? Power BI service. Power BI service. See, in order to access your Gmail, you need username and password, right? In order to access your Facebook, you need username and password, right? In the same way, in order to access Power BI service also, we need what? Username and password. Who will provide these usernames and passwords when you join in the company? Is company will provide. Your company will provide. So generally, the username will be your company email ID, guys. Tomorrow, you join in one company called Dell company to analyze the Dell company data. When you join in the company, Dell company to analyze the data, Dell company will have give some email ID for you. That email ID will be your username. So your name at that company.com. Then there will be some password. There will be single sign on. There will be some common password to access all the softwares. So your Windows password. They will tell us which username you need to use, which password you need to use. They will tell us. For practice purpose, I created some dummy user IDs, guys. User 34 at sstrainings.in. Trainings.in. So here, uh, in the company when you join, you'll have name. For practice purpose, in the place of name, you are writing what? User 34. So their company name will be there. Here it is what? Domain is what? sstrainings.in. You need to use this email IDs, guys. So, and along with the email ID, you need what? Password. You need some password. So I will share this password in the mail. You'll get the password in the mail. I will share 4 user accounts and 4 passwords. User 34, user 35 email ID password, user 37 and user 38. How many user IDs and passwords I'll share? 4 user IDs and passwords I'll share. 4 user IDs and passwords are required to understand Power BI in much better way. Okay. So let's take in the current scenario, user 34 is the developer. Who is the developer developing the report now? 34. Let's say user 35, 37, 38 are clients. These 3 are what? Clients to whom I need to share the reports. Understand? 34 is what? Developer. These 3 members are what? Clients. Who developed the report now? 34. To whom they need to share? These 3 clients. Now tell me, I want to sign in now. I want to sign in with what? Out of these 4 credentials, you need to sign in with what? User 34. We are telling that user 34 is the developer. Go and give user 34 here. Click on what? Continue. So when I click on continue, so go and choose work or school account, click on continue. Work or school account, you give the email ID, click on next, and you give the password. You'll get this password in the mail, guys. You check your mail, you'll get the password. Once I give the password here, click on sign in. So it is asking, do you want to sign in for all the applications? No, sign in for only this Power BI desktop. So now what you are seeing here? User 34. We successfully logged in. We already saved the report. We successfully logged in. Tell me, guys, to do the ETL activities in Power Query, is it necessary to sign in? Is it necessary to sign in to extract the tables, transform the tables, and load the tables? No need.
No,
To create a OLAP database or data set, do you need to sign in? No need. To create the
no,
reports, do you need to sign in? No need. To publish the report from Power BI desktop to Power BI service, is it necessary to sign in? Yes. To move the
Yes.
report from Power BI desktop to Power BI service, you need to sign in. You need to sign in. Once you sign in, then only you can move it. Now I already signed in. Yes or no? Yes. I'm good to publish now. When I click on publish, it will ask me select a destination, guys. What it is asking to choose? Select a destination. In Power BI service, for each project, you will have one workspace. One important point you need to understand is this is one server. In that server, for each project you will have one folder. Each project will have folder. For project 1 you will have folder 1. For project 2 you will have folder 2. So for project 3 you will have folder 3, folder 3. So like this, we call, instead of calling them as folders, we call them as workspace, guys. Instead of calling them as folders, we call them as what? Workspace. So when you develop any report, you develop this report for which project? So for that corresponding workspace, you need to publish it. For that corresponding workspace, you need to publish it. Let me write that point. In Power BI service, for each project will have one workspace. In Power BI service, for each project will have one workspace. Workspace is like one folder, guys. Each one workspace means workspace is like folder where we will store all the project related reports. Workspace is nothing. It's a folder. Let's say you want to store 100 movies. If you want to store 100 movies, you will store in one folder or not. Same way, if you want to store some 20 reports in the project, all the 20 reports you will store in where? Workspace. It's like a folder, right? Now, so which workspace you develop this report, for which project you develop this report, you need to select it, guys. As our students are practicing, there are hundreds of workspaces, but in general you don't find this many workspaces in the company, very limited. Now I'm publishing to one of the workspace called sample reports workspace, guys. There is one workspace with the name called what? Sample reports workspace. I'm selecting this workspace. Click on what? Select. Now the report is moving from where? Power BI desktop to where? Power BI service. So in Power BI service, to which project you moved? Sample reports project, right? So why you moved to the sample reports project? From there to share with the clients. Now if you see the message, what is the message you got? Success. It got deployed from desktop to where? Service. Now got it. Click on got it. Now your report move to the service. Now I need to go to Power BI service. From there I need to share with what? Clients. How to access the Power BI services? You can access the Power BI service using a web browser, guys. Using what? Web browser. Open any web browser. Any web browser. And what is the URL you need to give? Any web browser. Even you can open a Chrome, and you need to give a URL to access Power BI service. What is the URL to access Power BI services? app.powerbi.com. To access Gmail, what is the URL? Gmail.com, right? In the same way, to access your Power BI service, open web browser and then enter a URL called what? app.powerbi.com. app.powerbi.com. This URL will help you to access which software? Power BI service. Power BI service. Go and enter app.powerbi.com. app.powerbi.com. When I enter, it will ask me to enter the user ID, guys. First, it will ask you to enter what? User ID. Tell me, with out of these 4 user IDs, with which user ID you need to log in again? 34 only. Developer. Developer. Go and enter 34. Once you enter 34 here, you need to enter password. So you'll get this password in the mail. Use that password. Once you enter the password, it will ask us, do you want to save the password? Click on no. And once you click on no, you will be landing in the home tab. So this is which portal? Power BI service portal. This is the software where we will do admin related works. So from here you need to share it, guys. Share the reports. To share the reports, you need to go to which folder? Workspaces. Which workspace here? As you have a lot of workspaces, going and searching the workspace will take time. You can utilize what? Search bar. What is the workspace you published? Sample reports. When you go there, lot of content is there. Here filter them with what? Reports. There is dashboards, other things also. Filter them with what? Reports. When I filter with them reports, you just published a report with what? Demo report batch 268. You can, whom you are? User 34. User 34 is what here? Developer. Is a developer. Developer can open that report and he can see it, how the report is looking. So this is the report which developer developed. So whether it is looking good or bad, you can see it. So if everything looks good, what you can do now? You can go and share this report with whom? Your client. How can you share this report with your client? Is to share the report, go back to that workspace, sample reports workspace, and as I said, you can filter the reports and you can go to your report and there is either a share button, or when you go to more options, there is something called what? Manage permissions. Go to manage permissions, go to direct access, click on what? Add users. Who are your clients now? 35, 37, 38. I need to share it. So go and enter their email IDs. Add users. First client is user 35. Go and add it. Second user is user 37. Third client is user 38. Like this, you can go and enter how many clients you want to share. Click on what? Grant access. When I click on grant access, now you comfortably shared your demo report batch 268 to these clients, right? Now, how the clients can check it is as similar to Gmail, guys. Let's say I logged into Gmail, I shared a Gmail with you. How you will check is you log into Gmail and you'll check it, right? Same way. Now client also want to log on to Power BI service. How the client will log on to Power BI service now? He need to open one web browser. Client need to give which URL? app.powerbi.com. Even clients also they want to give app.powerbi.com. Who is one of your client? User 35. You enter user 35. What you need to enter? Password. You'll get the password in the mail. Once you enter the password here, click on what? Sign in. Once you click on sign in, it's asking, do you want to save the password? Click on no. Now where your client can see the report is, client want to check the report in a folder called browse, guys. In a folder called where? Browse. And when you go there, what? Shared with me. So you can, there is lot of reports which was shared with me. Lot of reports and dashboards. Now I want to sort it by time, latest one. When I click on sort it by time, recently at 10 o'clock, so they shared a report called what? Demo report batch 268. Client can open the report. Who is seeing the report now? User 35. User 35 is what here? Client can see what is the total sales amount, profit amount, which subcategory is having more profits, which subcategory is giving less profits, which subcategory is giving more sales amount. Like this, which category is giving more profits, they can understand, right? So this is the flow of work, guys. We clearly understand starting from OLTP databases till clients what we will do in each stage of Power BI, guys. So this is the one. Tomorrow, even when you join in the company, this is the work you are going to do. So just we have introduction, guys. So for 60 hours of time, important, don't stop. 60 hours of time, we'll practically discuss each step in a detailed way. Each step in a detailed way. Okay. Now, important update is here we can start any the Power BI course I divided into 4 modules, guys. If you understand the introduction classes thoroughly, Power BI is divided into 4 parts. What is the four modules you have in Power BI is first module is what? Power
Power Query,
Query. What we will do there? ETL
ETL
activities.
activities,
Second module is what?
Power
Power Pivot.
Pivot,
What you will create there? Data
data
set
sets,
or nothing but OLAP database. Third module is what? Power View.
Power
What you will
View,
create there?
Visuals,
Reports. Last module is what? Power BI service.
BI
So what you will do there? Sharing the reports with
share
the clients. Sharing the reports with the clients. So one advantage in Power BI is you can start any module parallelly. In the older days, ETL will have separate software. To create OLAP database, we'll have separate softwares. To create reports, we have separate softwares. But they combine all the 3 softwares into one software and they created what now? Power BI desktop, guys. So where you will have these 3 softwares in a software called what? Power BI desktop. Here we can start any module parallelly. Someone tell me out of these 4 modules, which module is tough? With your knowledge, tell me which module is tough from the introduction classes. Out of 4 modules, which module is tough?
Um,
Pivot,
for the ETL activities, there need to be perform more.
ETL
It's not.
activities, okay, bit difficult, not that easy, bit difficult. See, even when see in Power Query, to do ETL, you don't write any code. You'll extract the tables using geo options. You'll transform the tables using geo options. You'll load it. But the difficult one is Power Pivot. If you see in Power Pivot, we will derive the new information. To derive the new information, you will write which code? DAX
DAX.
language code. The bit complicated one in Power BI is Power Pivot case. Second complicated one is what? As you said, that
Power.
Power Query, no doubt in it. Easiest module is what? Power View. Just
Power.
drag and drop. When you drag and drop, you can create the visuals. There will you will in Power View zero code. Even in Power BI service also zero code. Even in Power Query, exceptional case, you'll write the code. 99.9% no code. Only in the Power Pivot to derive some new information, you'll write what? DAX code. So what I'll do is, first we will start learning Power View software, guys. See here, in order to learn Power View, only thing you need is you need some tables. If you have the tables in the Power Pivot, you can learn all Power View concepts. Power View is just creating reports and visuals, how to develop it. First, I'll start with Power View. So we know how to bring the tables into the Power Pivot. Do you know how to bring the tables into the Power Pivot or not? Yes. How to bring the tables into the Power Pivot? Get data. We can add it. Once the tables are there, I'm good to explain all the Power View concepts. Power View concepts are simple. Drag and drop. First, we will try to understand how to create reports using Power View. Then we'll try to understand Power BI service concepts. Then we'll try to understand Power Query. And lastly, we'll try to understand Power Pivot. And once we are done with all the 4 modules, I will tell you how these 4 modules will work together to complete the project. So no, any module you can parallelly start. There is no dependency between each module. ETL is a separate work. Creating OLAP database is a separate work. Creating reports is a separate work. Admin is a separate work. Any module you can start parallelly. See, first more than 2 weeks I'll discuss Power View. Another 2 weeks I'll discuss Power BI service. Another 2 weeks I'll discuss Power Query. Another 2 weeks I'll discuss Power Pivot. Totally almost 2 months of time to take the course, complete the course. See, for some people, if you want to complete the course early, you have a way, guys. If you have 2 months of time, you no need to attend any other batches. You can attend only your batch 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. How many days it will take to complete the course? 2 months. For some reasons, if you are planning to complete the course in a month, I said that you can start any module parallelly. I have other batches also. You will get every Sunday, you will get one mail from me. What is the mail you will get every Sunday is, so new module start dates. The mail subject you will get like this. Let me show you. You'll get a mail subject with new modules start dates for that particular week. When I go to that mail, so don't confuse, guys. This mail is only for the people, for those who are planning to complete the Power BI course early by attending what? Multiple parallel batches. They can find the schedules. I will clearly mention module name, on what date it start, what time it will start. If possible, you can even join that batch also. We will allow. Right. So let's say you want to complete the course in a month. What you want to do is, you need to attend Power View and Power BI service in your batch. Go and attend Power Query and Power Pivot in where? Other batches. So that you can complete in what? A month. So if you have 2 months of time, it is not necessary you need to go and attend in other batches. For some reasons, you want to complete the Power BI course in 1 month, you can even complete it. So make sure you attend Power View and Power BI service in your batch. Attend Power Query and Power Pivot in what? Other batches. How you will know Power Query and Power Pivot will start in other batches means, this mail will tell you. Which module is starting where? This mail will tell you. Every Sunday you'll get this kind of mail. Right? This is so for you. Which module I'll start in the Monday's class? Power View. Very easiest module. First we'll have some comfort how to generate the reports in Power BI. Slowly we will go with the complex topics. Okay. Right. Anybody have any questions?